What's up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here. I want to welcome you to the Profit Power Hour. I hope that you all had a fantastic weekend. For those of you that were celebrating the holiday, I hope that you had a safe holiday and nobody, blew their hand up or anything with fireworks. That kind of happens every year. So hopefully everybody stayed safe and enjoyed the weekend. You should all be able to see my screen now. So if you could see my screen and all that good stuff, just go ahead and let me know. Type it in the chat box. My team can make sure all is good. And we're going to be going over some really cool stuff today. And I'm excited about it because, listen, there are so many things that you can do to a Shopify store to make it better. There's so many things that you can do to a Shopify store to get more sales and get more conversions and increase customer lifetime value, so on and so forth. So currently what we're doing is, and I'm going to get my camera on here. So let's see, I got a little sunburnt this weekend. But currently what we're doing is we're going over, the different pieces of the puzzle to making a successful Shopify store one step at a time. So we've been looking at the sales page, okay? So what is everything we can do to a sales page to make it more successful? Tonight, what we're gonna be doing is looking at the cart page and the checkout. So what are some things that we could do to increase checkouts and get more sales, all right? But before we dive into all of that, again, if you're just now hopping in, I want to welcome you to the webinar. At the top, you'll see our free trial link to Shopify. That's my partner link with Shopify. It's profitph.com/Shopify. And when you go to there and you sign up to Shopify for Shopify through that link, you'll get a 14-day free trial and you'll get an email from Shopify with some gifts from me. So Shopify does something really cool for students that go through my partner link. And, that's a win for everyone. And Shopify wants to track like the success rate of my students. Now, they don't disclose that to me, but, the way that they gauge whether they want to continue to endorse me in my training really is solely, from my understanding, it's solely based off of the information that I'm sharing and the users that are using that information, and if they're doing it successfully, right? If they're implementing it. So it's a really cool way to kind of keep everything in check. Then we have some recommended vendors. And next week, we'll probably talk a little bit about what's going on with Oberlo. I know a lot of you in here are like, why is Oberlo shutting down and all this and that? If you're using Oberlo, it's a fulfillment service. It's not really one of the ones that I typically recommend. You'll notice that I never have that up here, but it is very commonly known by Shopify stores, and they're transitioning to another company. So if you're using Oberlo, they have a really simple way for you to just kind of transition over. It's very seamless. I'll show you all how to do it next week. And it's really no big deal. Things change, right? Things on the internet move fast, and that's more the reason that you need education. You need access to coaches. You need access to webinars like this that can kind of keep you up to date with what's going on and how to pivot, right? Because oftentimes with entrepreneurship, things happen and you don't have time to be proactive. You have to be reactive. But if something happens and essentially your business runs into an issue, like a vendor runs out of stock, or Oberlo decides they want to transition to a totally different fulfillment company, right? A lot of people that don't know what they're doing, they get paralyzed and they're like, they just freeze up and their business pauses. That's just business, okay? I mean, think about if you're on a retail store, and you're renting spaces, and the rents just go up dramatically, right? And you've got all the stock and all this inventory, and now the rents are up dramatically, or COVID hit and there's no customers coming into the store. You have to pivot, and you have to be able to react quickly, right? And when you're educated, you have experience, you don't get paralyzed. You're able to react, you're able to pivot, and you're able to move along, right? There may be a little bump here or there, but you're able to move along. So on this webinar, my goal is to make sure that you're as proactive as can be, but also ready to react if you need to, right? And so also, we're just learning new things, new strategies, new niches, new ways to get customers into a store, so on and so forth. So the bottom here is the vendors that I recommend. They've been around for a long time. They don't just transition to other random companies. They are big companies in of themselves. And I don't foresee them going anywhere, right? I've been using Pillow Profits forever, Shine On forever, Zendrop for years now, and Zendrop's just getting bigger and better. And then CJ Dropshipping, which is new, but it's a massive, massive, massive company, very similar to AliExpress. So these are all my links to those vendors here. You'll want to use the links that I have on the screen to get to them, because you'll get special gifts. Those are obviously my partner links of my affiliation with them. So we're able to do some cool stuff for you through these links specifically, okay? Now, before we dive into the training, the last piece of the introduction, the last piece of the puzzle, y'all, is just going to the Facebook group and telling everybody to get their butt on the webinar. Look, I know a lot of you celebrated and partied last night. You were up late. A lot of people drank a lot, and that was definitely noticeable this morning when I went to the gym, because like it was a half, or actually 1/3 capacity this morning. And your brain might be a bit foggy, maybe not. Mine's not foggy, but I didn't drink or anything last night. But that said, this is an important webinar to be on, because this next thing that we're about to go over is the final step that someone's going to take before making a buying decision on your store. And obviously, you want people to be able to have a seamless and easy process to order. Imagine going to, before I even get into that, just go to the Facebook group, tell everybody to get in. It's facebook.com/group/profitph. It's right there on the screen, okay? Everybody join, and we'll give them a second to come in. So imagine going to a restaurant and seeing what you want on the menu and wanting to order some food, but your waiter never shows up. You're gonna be pretty annoyed, right? You might get up and leave after a while. Imagine that you just had some questions. You wanted to know a little bit about some of the ingredients and some of the food before you ordered, because you had an allergy. Imagine going to a car dealership and wanting to buy a car, but the salesperson can't give you any information on the car that you're trying to buy. The salesperson can't make any guarantees that there's a warranty on the car, right? And you're just buying the car, right? It's just the way it is, right? Imagine buying a piece of real estate like that without information, right? And without ease of payment, right? So some of the things that we're going to do are going to be designed to help us make more sales, and some of the things that we're going to do are going to be designed to just help us get the sales that are on the fence, that need an extra bit of information before they make a purchase, okay? So as you all know, with Shopify, this is what the funnel looks like. And if you're new, this might be like a really crazy graph to you, but just a quick run through. We find a product and we run an ad to that product, okay? And our traffic sources are going to be Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, or Google Shopping, Instagram, right? And so we got to get traffic. I don't know why I keep using that. We got to get traffic, okay? And then once we get the traffic, we send them to our sales page. And our sales page, that's what these little black dots are here. The sales page is going to have little conversion elements. I wish I had not done that. Little conversion elements on it that are designed to help a customer get information and feel better about the deal that they're getting, and also designed to go in and get them to spend more money. So we got reviews and all sorts of stuff, okay? The next step in this process is a double step, okay? It's our cart page and our order form. So the cart page is where we summarize what the person is purchasing, and there are some opportunities on this page to increase conversions, okay, and get more sales, and get people to buy more stuff. Think about the candy at the checkout at Walmart, the magazines, the lighters, the gadgets, the cheap stuff, the add-ons, okay? And then your order form is a place where people are putting in their personal information. So when people are putting in their personal information to make a purchase, there are some things that you can do to make them feel better about giving you that information, and things you could do with the shipping options to make them more excited about their purchase. All right, so this is a double step. We've got people to add a product to their shopping cart. Now, how can we get people to finally check out? Because the issue is, y'all, that you are going to have massive drop off on the cart page. Let's just say that you legit have a 90% drop off. All right, we call this an abandoned cart. On this cart page. So what are some of the things that we can do to decrease the amount of people that abandon the cart? And you're going to have, I don't know what the exact numbers are on this page specifically, but let's just kind of pair it over here and say that this is really a part of the 90%. Okay, because they're abandoning in one place or the other. How many of you have abandoned the shopping cart before? You added stuff to it, you almost bought it, then you abandoned it. It could be because you weren't happy with the shipping times. It could be because maybe you thought there could be a better discount. Maybe it was just because your baby cried and you had to, run and go check on the baby, and you forgot about this. Whatever. It doesn't really matter what the reason is. The point is that you were there, you were gonna buy, you intended to buy, you wanted to buy, but something made you not buy. Some of the things we cannot change, okay? Some of the things we cannot fix, like if an emergency happens and they have to run away from the computer. You can't fix that. But there are other things that we can do here that can help fix this abandonment rate, all right, or recover it. And last week, or actually the last 2 weeks or so, we've been going over our sales page, right? And all of the optimizations that you can do to a sales page. So everywhere where you see there is an arrow is a spot where we were making some optimizations. Now, if you want to learn about that, go watch the replay, okay? I ain't going over that again. That's a lot of stuff that we went over. It took 2 webinars, and I'm not doing it again, okay? But what we're going to do now is we're going to jump over to the next step of the page where we can start going over how do we make the shopping cart page a optimized shopping cart page when somebody is purchasing. And I want you to think of this real quick, okay? I'm just going to make you a little list. As I was thinking about this earlier, I made a short little list of reminders for me. So let me grab this drink of water. Okay. So some of the things that I would like to outline over here when it comes to okay. All right, so when it comes to cart plus checkout optimization, I'm gonna make you a list. All right, so we're gonna highlight this in green. And this is our plan to win. And we're gonna say it's our plan to win sales, right? Because you're still winning somebody over when they get to the checkout page, okay? A lot of people add stuff to a shopping cart just to save it. They're like, ooh, I might want this, I might want that, and then when they get to the checkout, they start deleting things from their cart as they look at how much it is. All right, so the first thing that we really want to make sure of is that we have a very simple checkout, okay? So simple is good, meaning it is, I would say, clean slash, oops, only two A's, airy. A lot of people on their checkout page, they'll just put a ridiculous amount of stuff, just clustered. And it is so ugly, it screws up the sale. It just looks like, confusing. You want the checkout to be seamless and simple. The easier it is for someone to put in their credit card information, the better, right? So we want it to be a simple process, a simple checkout, we should say process. Okay, the next thing that we want to do is we want to build trust because people are about to give us money and give us information. So we want to have trust. And with this, you can use your logo plus trust badges. Now, Shopify will give you trust badges, right? Secure checkout, so on and so forth. Have an SSL certificate, which Shopify does automatically. You just want people to trust you. You don't want there to be any red flags when it comes to, getting somebody to actually spend some money. Okay, so these are things that are going to make it easy for people to buy, and it's going to make it easy to buy in regards to like clicking, and easy to buy in regards to trust because you're not worried about it being some random site from some random country that's going to steal your money, steal your card, and steal your information. Does that make sense? Now, I know that that's the basics, but you would be really surprised at how many Shopify stores I see not using their logo in the checkout process, because when you go to a Shopify checkout, it unless you go in your settings and add your logo to the checkout page, it won't show the logo. Your logo disappears, and that confuses people. And there are a lot of people that don't know about that step, as simple as it may seem, and newbie and beginners it may seem, that really screw up by not adding that in there, okay? The third thing is you're gonna want a great abandonment sequence. Actually, let's do abandonment. We'll call it email autoresponder. All right, so this is going to be 3 emails in about a 24 to 48 hour period. Shopify will automate this for you that brings people back into the checkout. So this is going to save people, okay? So this is going to, we should just label this as this is something that is going to help, okay? So number 1 is going to help. Number 2 is going to help people buy. Number 3 is going to save people that left without buying, okay? Now, these are the basics, all right? But I don't want to leave any stone, what do they say, any stone unturned, because this is important stuff that people really and truly do screw up on. Some of them they miss. You want all of the elements, like we said before. You don't just want some, you want the important elements, all right? Now, number 4, the 4th thing that you can add in here is going to be upsells. See, before we even listed upsells, we wanted to think about what are the ways to help people buy what they're currently trying to purchase, make them feel better about it, and what are some ways that we could save people that leave, right? Let's focus on getting the initial sale first before we try to sell more stuff. But we want to have the good old candy counter upsells. All right. So I want you to think about a gas station, all right, or Walmart. Okay. They make so much money by just having some little add-ons in the shopping cart. All right. So we want to call this in cart. All right. So this is designed to help us earn. All right. So one is designed to, so 2 are designed to help, one's designed to save, and the other is designed to earn. Again, very basic. Now, some of the other things that we want to add on here, and I'm just going to go through the list, is number 5, we want to have good shipping options. Okay, so good shipping options. Number 6 is we want to have easy payment options. Now, easy payment options would be things such as you got Amazon Pay, you've got Apple Pay, and you've got Shopify's Shop Pay. All right. So let me ask you this. How many times have you been on your phone or on your iPad, on your mobile device, shopping on a website, and you did not have your credit card with you? You were in the bed right before you went to sleep. You were in the bed and you were searching online and you found something you wanted just off the cuff, and you didn't have your credit card, and you're like, I ain't getting out of bed to go get my credit card all the way downstairs on the other side of the house, look through my purse, go in my safe and get my wallet, whatever it is. I'm not doing that now. And then the next day you forget and you just never buy because you were half asleep anyways. So you want to have these one-touch payment options that are saved and simple, right? Remember, simplify the checkout process so people can easily buy. Now, this costs me a lot of money, as a shopper and a consumer. Because when I'm in bed at night, I'm kind of going through just random stuff that I like to search for, gadgets and whatnot. I'm like, before I had Apple Pay and Shop Pay and Amazon Pay, PayPal, and all this stuff that was like just always there, right? Um, I wouldn't be able to buy anything till the next day because I'm going to get out of bed and get my credit card. But now that I could just be like, oh, they take Shop Pay, okay, let's click that, and then it confirms my code, and then boom, I've purchased something. It remembers my shipping information, my payment information, right? It's just automated. I don't have to think. It's dangerous actually for a consumer because it's so simple. So these are things that are really designed to help you earn and help. It's going to help people buy stuff that's already they're trying to purchase, and in essence going to help you earn more. Okay, now the shipping stuff that we were talking about over here is also going to be a earn and help, because having multiple shipping options, like insured shipping, this is going to help people feel better about purchasing your product, because they know if it gets lost, you're going to insure it. And it's in essence, you'll charge more for insured shipping. You charge a premium for that, so you're able to profit by saying, hey, if you get our insurance package here, we'll insure this for you. So if it doesn't hit your house, you don't have to call FedEx, you don't have to call UPS, you don't have to call anybody but us, and we'll just send you a new one, no questions asked. That's the type of insurance. So charge a premium for that. That's going to help you, and it's going to increase earnings because you'll be charging more and thus creating more profit. All right, so these are some simple things that we can do here. All right, so the other thing that we want to do is also with shipping options. If you offer free shipping, it's statistically proven free shipping increases conversion rates. So there's a lot of stuff that you could do, with shipping. The last thing is number 7. Don't require phone number for the checkout. Okay, so don't require a phone number. It really ticks me off when companies demand my phone number to buy something, because I already get enough text messages as it is. Right now, I'm pushing 1,198 missed text messages and 204 missed calls. Like, I don't want to give out my phone number to a lot of the random e-commerce companies, because I know that I'm also opting into text message marketing. And I love text message marketing. I do it myself, but I put my phone number in where I want to. I don't want to have my phone number required to do a checkout. And so, is it good for you as a seller to get people's phone number? Yeah, of course. It reduces fraud. It makes sure that you have a proper contact. If there's an issue with someone's order, you can call them if emails aren't working. So yeah, it's good, but just don't require it, and people are going to feel a little bit better. You're going to lose some sales by requiring a phone number. People are weird, and they don't want to give their phone number out, even though their phone number is probably everywhere already, right? So that always bugs me. The last thing that you would want to do is have a guarantee why us section. Actually, this is not the last thing. Now, this is going to, by the way, this is just going to help. And this is going to help. All right. Now, the guarantee why us section is going to be, a spot on the checkout where you're like, we've been in business for X years. We guarantee the quality of our service. There's a 30-day money back guarantee if you're not happy with your item, and you should trust us, and you should be a customer of ours because we're going to do XYZ for you to ensure that you have a great product and a great experience. Okay. Now, the very last thing that we're going to do here, take a sip of my water. It's good. So we're going to create urgency. All right, so an urgency timer, which would be like, your order. Pretty, right? I know that you probably want to see examples of this stuff, right? And I'm prepared to show that to you, right? So you're good. But I want to make the list, and then I want to share it with you with each step of the way, okay? So remember, these 10 points are happening between the cart page and the order form, where you summarize the order and you get people's information. Okay, so these are the two spots that's going to happen. Now, I am going to draw out a graph like this. I might not get to it tonight, but I want you to have the map. Like, I call this a map. So when you go to build your store, maybe your second or third store, you have the map. It's a template. You plug things in. You'll know what to put there because it's a product demo, checkout reviews, upsell, product title, optimized images, pop up for emails, right? You have the template. That's what I want you to have. But first, tonight, let me show you some examples of a clean checkout, all right? So I'm going to go to other stores that are actually optimized because, as y'all know, Gear Grabber is a demo store for me. And so it's not like I'm always doing random stuff on it. It's not particularly optimized. All right, so I'm on a store that I have followed for a long time, very successful Shopify store called Pura Vida Bracelets. I mean, they are OG. I remember when they were just a teeny tiny company, and they've done very, very well. They do a lot of orders and a lot of volume, but they were a small startup. Now they've got licensing deals and all that. The reason I'm not going to someone like, say, Nike or Kylie Cosmetics is because these are massive companies that, they're gonna get sales no matter what. Like, you want some Air Jordans, right? You want some Air Force Ones, you want some Nike training shoes, you're gonna go to Nike and you're gonna buy. It doesn't matter if the checkout is simple. It doesn't matter if there's upsells or downsells. It doesn't matter if there's a countdown timer. It doesn't matter if they require your phone number or not, because it's Nike, you already trust them. It doesn't matter what the guarantee is, right? If Kylie Jenner says go buy this and you're a devoted Kylie Jenner follower, you're gonna go buy it. You ain't even reading anything, you're just gonna buy. because you're buying from a person and not a company. But you can't get things twisted, because when you look at influencers, e-commerce stores, celebrity e-com stores, you can't really model yourself after them because they have an unfair advantage, and that is they have influence over the people that are buying from them. As a drop shipper, you have no influence. Nobody knows who the hell we are, you know? Like, they just stumbled upon you from a Facebook ad or an Instagram post, right? So that's why we have all of these trust building and things in there. But anyways, I got off track. The reason I like to look at stores like Kinsui, like we did last week, Pura Vida, which is huge now, is because they went through the struggle of building credibility, building customer trust. They're natural born marketers. And so when we look at sites like this, we're going to see them using these principles that Nike's not using and that big influencers are not using. Even though they're a big company, they got big because they use principles like these, and they have great products apparently, right? So when I come to their store and I look at, say, the mystery bracelet here, all right, I didn't even know this was going to happen, but I just taught this last week, for goodness sake. They have a spin to win on there. They're not using the Kylie Jenner, oh, give us your email and your phone number, and for your first order ever, you're going to get a discount in exchange for this information, one time only, where we can market to you forever, but you get a little measly 10% discount. You'll see that Pura Vida is using a spinner. Now, I have my own. It's called Wheelie Opt-in. I built. Many of you have it. And you can win 20% off. You could win 15% off, 10% off. You could spin to win, right? So they'll let you spin, play this game. But this has nothing to do with what we're going over tonight. But look, I won 20% off. That's huge, right? This is huge for Pura Vida, and it's huge for a consumer. And it gets people on their email list. But that was last week's training, okay? I just thought it was cool that they were doing this. Another thing that, oh, I forgot to add this. I knew that there was 10. I knew there was 10. Another thing that we can do, and I just forgot this because I'm not reading notes. This is all in my head. I only had like 2 or 3 notes up here of the basic ones because I don't think of the basic stuff typically. But using something like a Afterpay payment plan makes it easier for people to purchase. This is really going to help and earn. If you look at Pura Vida, they're letting you, they're not, this is too cheap of a product, but Afterpay will allow you to get some sort of financing. So if you wanted to purchase a product that was $200, you could use Afterpay, and it would make it easier for you to purchase. It would let you break it down. So a lot of really smart companies are doing this, and there are services that you can install in your store that will do it for you, and it's mutually beneficial. But anyways, we're gonna hit add to cart. So when I add a product to the cart, all right, their cart over here is not a page. They have a pop-out cart, like a drawer cart is what I call it. It pulls out from the side like a drawer. There's debate on what converts better, drawer checkouts or full page checkouts. I use a full page checkout because there's more you can do, and clientele buying dog stuff my dog store, I know is going to be the older demographic, and they are not going to all have 20/20 vision. And as you can see, like this is a very small checkout, right? But you'll notice that up here, let me see if I can zoom. Up here is, oops, there's a $10 minimum to check out. So they won't even let us buy if it's only $4. Let's just get a couple. Okay. There we go, it's $12. Let's just make it 35 so we can see what Afterpay does. There we go. All right. So let's say we're buying something, it's 36 bucks. We're getting 9 of these bracelets. A couple of things about this checkout. All right. So they're using shipping to earn, right? So add $4 additional to your order. So technically another bracelet, and unlock free shipping. So this goes back to the principle I was looking at earlier, one of them, with the shipping and handling. Having good shipping options can help earn and help convert. So this is going to help earn more because they're going to get another sale. They're kind of incentivizing you to buy more to save on shipping. All right. Then they have some upsells in here. Remember the candy at the gas station while you're checking out. They also have add a 70-cent thing for sustainable shipping. I don't know if they profit from that or not. It could just be something to help the environment. And then they have the Afterpay, which says, hey, look, it's 40 bucks, but it's 36 bucks, but we could break this down into 4 interest-free installments of $9. All right, and Afterpay is going to allow them to basically get on an automatic payment plan. All right, so that's kind of how that works. All right, so a couple of the principles that we've discussed are right here. It's simple, it's easy, it's using shipping to help earn more, Afterpay to help you afford to make that purchase. Now, let's go to the checkout. All right. When we get to the checkout page, we're going to see a lot of the principles being used here. All right. So first is, the first thing that we see up here at the top is they have a little countdown timer, oldest trick in the book. Hurry, your order's reserved for 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So what they're saying is they'll hold this inventory, and in 9 minutes, it's no longer being held. Somebody, if they were low on inventory, someone else can go add this to their shopping cart. So there are apps that will take care of this, apps that will add this to your checkout process. And this increases the urgency of, you know, crap, they might run out of stock. This is only reserved for 10 minutes. I should get out of my bed and I should go get my credit card, or I can't get distracted right now. I need to get this done because I've only got 8 minutes and 51 seconds to purchase this item, or otherwise it's like it was put back on the shelf. Now I can go back out and get it, but let's just say that when it's put back on that shelf, somebody else comes and gets it and it's one of the last ones. Well, first come, first serve, right? They're not going to let me hold this in my shopping cart for 3 weeks and not buy it and hold it for me, right? So that's one thing that we talked about. The other thing that we discussed is the express checkout. So this would fall under point, which was it? 6. I just said easy payment options. Now they're not using ShopPay. I love ShopPay. ShopPay is by Shopify, and if you're using if you've shopped on a Shopify store and used it, then it's going to work on every other Shopify store. I use it all the time. It is legit like a lifesaver when I'm shopping. But everybody also has Amazon. And so they might be using Amazon's Quick Pay or PayPal's Quick Pay. So if I don't want to go in and put in all of this information here, I can choose the express checkout on my phone, click one button, maybe two clicks. It remembers my address, it remembers my card information. I'm good to go, right? So now I'm going to get sales that I wasn't going to get before because someone didn't have their credit card in their pocket. And if they didn't have their credit card in their pocket and they don't have one of these two things, they're going to be like, crap, I've got 7 minutes to get my butt up and go get my credit card. So you see how these work together. They increase the urgency and they make it simple for those that have the access to Amazon Pay, PayPal, Shop Pay, Apple Pay, which they don't have on here right now, but maybe they find that having too many options clutters. And remember, you want to be simple and airy, all right? Yet another discount code over here. I'm sorry, another upsell, add a gift box for $7. And then here's another option that we have, perks of every order, free exclusive sticker pack, eco-friendly, happiness guaranteed. So this would fall under the guarantee and why us section that I made out in my points. Is this is kind of like just a little, adds a little bit of trust, a little bit of ease. Hey, I get a free sticker. Hey, it's eco-friendly. I love shopping with eco-friendly places. This company doesn't just care about profits, they care about the environment, and they guarantee my happiness. All right, the other thing is, remember I said don't, this is so funny, like I didn't even know that Pura Vida did this, but again, it's no surprise because they are like, they're marketers. So this doesn't surprise me. But you notice it says the phone number is optional. Now, when phone number is optional, 9 times out of 10, someone's not going to give you their phone number. Like, why would I want to give them my phone number for $36 worth of bracelets? You know? Doesn't make sense. If I'm buying an $1,800 flat screen TV, probably want to give them my phone number because if that gets lost, I want to know, right? So drop shippers have a harder time getting people's phone numbers. So it's optional. They're not going to stop me from buying over a phone number. They want me to spend $36. But in an effort to optimize their page and to get my phone number, because, well, they're going to do marketing to me, they have this little box that says get 20% off your next order. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Why would I not check that box? Like, why would I not check the box that says give me 20% off my next order? That would be stupid not to check, right? Here's a trick. I didn't even know that they did this. But when I check that, it's like, give us your phone number and we're going to be marketing to you. So they're actually incentivizing us here to give them our phone number to get 20% off, which a lot of people will take. You can imagine a big company like Pura Vida Bracelets has done some testing at 10%, 15%, 20%, and this is the sweet spot. All right, does that make sense? So let me just put in some bogus information real quick. Sorry, Pura Vida, but let's do test, 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 test. There we go. All right, let me just put this information in. All right, hold on. One second. I don't know the zip code here. So let me just do a zip code I do know. So we'll do, can't see. There we go. That should work. All right. So when we get to the next step, they're still showing this, timer. And down here with shipping methods, they're going to get us onto it looks like some sort of like upsell, $8 for free unlimited standard shipping for the year, which is a cool way. Remember, I made the point that good shipping options is a way to help convert right there. Good shipping options is a way to help and earn. All right. By getting that $8, that's going to help them earn. But then they have 3 options: 4 to 6, 2 to 3, 1 business, expedited, express. Pure Vita is not drop shipping. So they're going to be able to, just drop stuff off at FedEx or UPS, whatever, the postal company, and guarantee these short time frames. If you're a drop shipper, it's a little bit different. But at this point, you might have the insured shipping and the standard shipping, and an option to pay a fee to get free shipping for a year, or free standard shipping for a year. So they're using some of the principles here that we would apply to a drop ship store, but they don't really drop ship. They've gotten so big, they hand make a lot of their stuff too, and have their own factories now, I believe. So yeah, but they're using these principles. So when it comes to, I didn't realize they would have so many, if I'm being fully transparent. I knew that they would be using a lot of these principles, but I didn't know that they would be using almost every point that I put out. Now, I'm not able to show you their abandonment sequence. If you want to know, good abandonment sequence, I have one inside Ecom Success Academy, where I go over that. I don't recommend flooding other people's stores just to get on their email list. But there are ways to see people's abandonment sequences. So yeah, all in all, Pure Vita has implemented the entire template. They've got trust builders. They've got a simple checkout process, trust builders. I know they have an abandonment email sequence. They have candy counter upsells, meaning they have upsells in the shopping cart. They have good shipping options. They have easy payment options like Amazon and I think it was PayPal. They don't require a phone number, but they'll give you a discount if you do give their phone number on your next order, which gets you to come back. So that can help and earn. They have a guarantee and why you should shop with us section, which is really good. They have an urgency timer and they have afterpay. So this is wild. Like I promise you, I did not go look at every little detail of Pura Vida before I made this list. I just know that Pura Vida does some of these things, because when I started out and I built my first Shopify store, I was looking at Pura Vida and what they were doing, and they were doing some brilliant things among other long-term stores. But they actually checked out 10 out of 10. They reminded me of number 10, as I had forgot. I wasn't thinking about number 10, the afterpay payment plan. It was in my head, then I forgot about it. But what I want to do though is, look, when you go to Pura Vida and there's all this stuff everywhere, you as a marketer, a noob, you don't remember what each point was. Now you have a list. What we're going to do next week is I'm going to draw you the template like this. I'm going to draw you the cart and checkout optimization template, so you know where stuff should go, what should be there, And then we're going to talk about how to implement it. Okay. And that way you'll have an optimized sales page and an optimized cart and checkout page as well. Okay. So that's it for tonight. I'm glad because my voice is like really dry. I don't know why, but taking some new vitamins and stuff, and it's making my mouth dry today. But I hope that you enjoyed the webinar. I hope it was informative. I enjoyed doing it for you, enjoyed sharing these principles with you, and I hope that they help you succeed. Make sure that you're here next week, same place, same time, right here on the Profit Power Hour, because we're going to draw out the map, and I'm going to give you the PDF of the map and template when it's done. So I will see you at 9 p.m. next Tuesday for the Profit Power Hour. Love you all. Wish you a ton of success. That is it for tonight. Enjoy your week, and I hope that you absolutely crush it with some sales on your Shopify store. Good night, y'all.